ANC side, if Malusi is charged with corruption, he will have to step aside. He will do that voluntarily, and there will be a statement to that effect. If by now, when I finish this press conference, I get a letter from him and giving me a report about what happened. And then thereafter, we will issue a statement to that effect, just like Thabang Makwetla and so on. It's consistent with the ANC policy of step aside. So there's no big deal about it.
Former Public Enterprises Minister and current ANC Member of Parliament, Malusi Gigaba briefly appeared in the Palm Ridge Magistrate Court on Tuesday, where corruption charges related to massive procurement irregularities at Transnet were formally added to his name. The Investigating Directorate Against Corruption, IDEC, confirmed that Gigaba is now the fifth accused in a sprawling case involving former senior Transnet executives and associates linked to controversial locomotive acquisition project. According to IDEC spokesperson Henry Mamotame, the matter has been postponed to 30th of January 2026 to allow the state to disclose the docket, issue an indictment, and set a date for transferring the case to the High Court. Gigaba's legal team said they have yet to receive the docket or any documentation detailing the basis of the allegations. The lawyer stated, "At this stage, we have not received disclosure material or any particulars outlining the factual or legal basis of the allegation. Our client maintains his innocence and will address the allegations through the court process. Today's appearance was purely procedural." Gigaba was first instructed to appear on 7 November 2025 and voluntarily presented himself at the time. He said he respected the rule of law and intended to cooperate fully with legal process. He said, "My conscience is clear regarding my conduct in office. My actions have always been guided by policy, process, and the values of accountability and service." The charges against Gigaba stem from events between November 2010 and May 2014. During his tenure as Public Enterprises Minister, this period overlaps with Transnet's controversial acquisition of 1,259 locomotives, deals now widely regarded as among the most damaging examples of state capture. The state alleges that tender processes were deliberately manipulated, allowing three major locomotive contracts, 9,500 and 1,064 units, to be irregularly awarded. These transactions ballooned from an estimated 38 billion rand in 2012 to more than 50 billion rand, resulting in severe financial losses for the rail and freight entity. Gigaba now appears alongside former Transnet heavyweights Brian Molefe, former Group CEO, Anuj Singh, former Group CFO, Siyabonga Gama, former Transnet Freight CEO, Thamsanqa Nqajiane, former Chief Procurement Officer. They face charges including fraud, corruption, and money laundering. Other accused include Regiment's Capital Directors Niven Pillay and Lita Nyonya, shareholder Eric Wood, Trillion Director Daniel Roy, and businessman Kuban Moodley. These charges relate to the advisory tender awarded in 2012 to McCain's-led consortium, which investigators say was tainted by manipulation and undue influence. A 2018 forensic report found that Molefe had misled the Transnet board about the soaring cost of locomotive deal, and evidence presented at the state capture inquiry suggested Gigaba encouraged Transnet to bypass National Treasury regulations, actions that created fertile ground for corruption. The state further alleges that Gigaba received undisclosed and unlawful cash payments from members of the Gupta family during his time as minister in exchange for influencing procurement decisions. IDEC has confirmed that all accused have now been issued with an updated charge sheet. Meanwhile, the African National Congress Secretary General Fikile Mbalula has also confirmed that the ANC-NEC member Dr. Malusi Gigaba has been charged with corruption and that he will step aside from the party activities. Mbalula was speaking during a post-NEC media briefing on Tuesday afternoon, outlining key decisions and organizational directives arising from the weekend NEC meeting held in Ekurhuleni. The briefing took place at the ANC's headquarters, Chief Albert Luthuli House in Johannesburg at 1 o'clock. And said the Malusi case has been dealt with. We got a report towards this media briefing. from the ANC side, Malusi has been charged with corruption. He will have to step aside. He will do that voluntarily, and there will be a statement to that effect. Even now, when I finished this media briefing, he was responding to a question on whether Gigaba will be required to step aside under the ANC step-aside rule, which applies to all members who have been criminally charged or have been appeared in court. Balula said he was yet to receive a report from Gigaba about the corruption allegations against him. Then the party will issue a media statement afterwards. The ANC says the step-aside rule is intended to protect the party's image and requires members facing criminal charges to voluntarily step back from their party and the government activities. Those previously affected include former Secretary General Ace Magashule, charged with corruption and fraud linked to the multi-million rand asbestos tender, and Zizi Kodwa, who stepped aside last year after being charged with state capture-related corruption. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.